Hey, before we jump into today's topic, if you could just take a quick moment to subscribe, turn on those notifications, give this a like, and maybe drop a comment, it really does help support the channel. Thanks so much.
All right, welcome. Today we are diving into something that's both super simple and incredibly powerful. It's called habit stacking, and trust me, it's all about building a better life, but not with these huge, overwhelming changes. Nope, we're talking one tiny habit at a time.
But first, let's get real for a second. Haven't you ever wondered why it is so ridiculously hard to make a new habit stick? You know the feeling, right? You decide you're going to exercise more or start meditating. You start out super motivated, and then, a few weeks later, poof, it's gone. We've all been there. It feels like a total willpower failure. But what if I told you the problem isn't you? What if it's just your strategy?
So, here's our game plan for today. First up, we'll break down exactly what habit stacking is. Then, we're going to help you find your personal anchor habit. Super important. After that, we'll get into the fun part, designing your new habit. And finally, we'll talk about how to stay consistent and actually see those amazing results.
Okay, let's jump right into part one. What is habit stacking anyway? You're about to see how this incredibly simple strategy can be the key to making some seriously big changes in your life. So here's the big idea in a nutshell. Habit stacking is all about linking a new habit, one you want to start, to a habit you already have, one that's basically on autopilot. I mean, think about it. How much of your day do you spend doing things without even thinking? This whole method is about using that autopilot mode to your advantage.
Exactly. It's like your existing routines become a launch pad for new, better behaviors. Instead of trying to build a new habit from zero, which, let's be honest, takes a ton of mental energy and willpower, you just piggyback on something you're already doing. It's brilliant.
And it all really boils down to three key things. First, you've got your anchor habit. That's the thing you already do. Second, that anchor becomes the cue or trigger. It's the signal to do the new thing. And third, seamless integration, which is just a fancy way of saying you make the new habit feel like it was always part of the old one.
Okay, moving on to section 2. Now we're going to get practical. This is all about finding your anchor habit. And you really want to pay attention here, because this is the foundation for everything else we're going to build.
So what exactly is an anchor habit? Well, it's any behavior that's already so deeply wired into your brain, you don't even think about it. It's consistent, it's automatic, you just do it. No motivation required. That is where the magic happens. You're literally borrowing the power of an old habit to kickstart a new one. And the best part? You've got tons of these already. Seriously. Waking up? That's an anchor. Brushing your teeth? Perfect anchor. That first glorious cup of coffee in the morning? You bet. Even things like your commute to work or your skincare routine at night, these are all solid gold anchor habits you can build on.
Now, what makes a really good anchor habit? Well, a few things. The number one most important thing is that it has to happen every single day. Consistency is everything. It also helps a ton if it's simple, doesn't take much effort, and happens at a specific time or in a specific place. Okay, so once you've picked your anchor, that habit now becomes your official cue, your trigger, and these triggers can come in a few different flavors. You've got event-based ones like after I check my emails, you've got time-based ones like when my alarm goes off at 7 a.m., and you've got location-based ones like the moment I walk into the kitchen. This is what makes the whole system so cool. It's super flexible and you can adapt it to your own life. All right, on to section 3. This is the fun part, the creative part. We're talking about how to design your new habit. This is where we figure out how to build a stack that's not just going to last a week, but it will actually stick for good. The secret weapon here is a psychology trick called an implementation intention. I know, it sounds super academic and complicated, but I promise it's not. It's just a dead simple formula that makes your plan crystal clear. And studies show that being this specific makes you way more likely to actually do it.
And here it is, the formula in all its glory. It's just, when I do X, I will do Y. Or, after I do X, I will do Y. For example, when I pour my morning coffee, I will do 10 squats. See how simple and clear that is? There's no wiggle room, there's no maybe I'll do it later. The cue, pouring the coffee, immediately triggers the action. It's almost automatic.
So, let's break it down into 3 easy steps. Step 1, pick your new habit. But, and this is crucial, make it super small and specific. Don't say I'm going to get fit, say I will do 5 push-ups. Step 2, find that rock-solid banker habit we talked about. And step 3, write all down using that simple when I do X, I will do Y formula. Let's look at some real-world examples for health and fitness. Stacking 5 push-ups right after you brush your teeth? Genius! You brush your teeth every day, so it's a perfect trigger. What about this one? Doing 10 squats while you're waiting for your tea to brew. You're literally taking a few moments of dead time and turning it into something productive. How cool is that? And look, this isn't just for exercise. This works for anything. You want to learn a new language? While my coffee brews, I will review 5 vocabulary flashcards. Perfect. You want to read more? During my commute, I will listen to an educational podcast. Seriously, once you start thinking this way, you'll see opportunities to stack new habits everywhere.
All right, let's get into our final section. We've designed the habit, but now comes the real challenge, staying consistent. Because, let's face it, that's where the real magic happens. This is all about the incredible power of compounding.
Listen, there are going to be days where you just don't feel like it. That is totally normal. The trick is to have a plan for when that happens. The number 1 rule? Start so small it feels silly, like ridiculously small. 1 push-up. Meditate for 1 minute. The goal is to build momentum. And also, live by the never miss twice rule. So you skip today? Big deal. It happens to everyone. The important thing is you get right back to it the very next day. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being consistent. And this all leads us to the real secret sauce behind why this works so well. The compounding effect. It's this amazing principle that small, consistent actions, things that feel almost insignificant in the moment, they build and build on each other over time to create huge, unbelievable results. I mean, just look at this number, 3,650. That's how many push-ups you do in a year if you just did 10 a day stacked right after you brush your teeth. 10 push-ups feels like nothing, right? But over a year, wow, that's the power of small, consistent effort adding up. So if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. It is not about intensity. It's not about these heroic motivational bursts of energy. Real, lasting change comes from what you do consistently. It's about those small, sustainable things you do day in and day out. And that brings me to my final question for you. Right now. Not next week, not tomorrow. What is one tiny, and I mean tiny, new habit you could stack onto something you're already going to do today? Think about it. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and leave a comment to support the channel.